And see us at Hello Gorgeous Salon. We are located at 48 South Magnolia Avenue in downtown Ocala, right next to the Marion Theater. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon at 351-5358. That's 351-5358. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too. 351-5358.
All right, 16 minutes after 10 o'clock, we are progressing with the morning show, trying to squeeze in as much as we can about the incident over at Forest High School. I'll give you what I have right now, but we're also doing the show. We're interviewing the guests that we have scheduled. So if we had worse news than we have, then we would not be doing that. But the good news is that the news is scary, and thank God that nothing worse happened. But here is the news. If you don't already know, one male student shot another male student, now we know the sex of both students, in the ankle this morning at Forest High School. The shooter was arrested. The injured student suffered a non-life-threatening injury. It was taken to a local hospital. The report I'm reading to you is from the Star Banner website, so our appreciation definitely for the Star Banner for making this available. It's very difficult for us to get through to the public information officers at both the Ocala Police Department and the Marion County Sheriff's Office. However, we were able to get through to Kevin Christian at the schools. He's the public information officer over there, and he gave us the information we needed this morning when at first we didn't know what was going on. Apparently, the shooter shot a closed door of a classroom from a hallway. That was, according to a witness, one of the students who gave an account of it to his parents. Anyway, so what we know, we don't know any names yet. The other part of this that's important is if you have a student over at Forest High School and you are going to get them out of school, they are being transported. They may have already been all transported, I don't know, but they were going to be transported to First Baptist Church of Ocala at 2801 Southeast Merricamp Road. That's where you can pick up your students. Just be sure you have your ID so they know that you are who you say you are. All right, we'll be right back.
AgPro will get you equipped for anything with a John Deere 5045E utility tractor. At only $159 per month, you can add the perfect attachment to dig it, plow it, grade it, anything. Request a quote at agproco.com and get equipped for anything. Offer ends 4/30/18, subject to approved installment credit with John Deere Financial. 20% down payment required. Taxes, freight, setup, and delivery charges could increase monthly payment. See dealer for details.
Tired of looking at stained carpets, dirty tile, or grout? Call Silverback Restoration, 414-5312. Make your flooring look great again. Stains, pet odors, allergies. Call Silverback Restoration, 414-5312. From serving our country to serving our community. Silverback Restoration, 414-5312. Residential and commercial. Their work is guaranteed along with your satisfaction. Check their website, silverbackrestoration.com.
First Church of Christ Scientists will be providing another inspiring lecture on April 28th at the Weber Center located on the campus of the College of Central Florida. Merrill Walters will be the guest lecturer, and she will also be our guest on Friday the 27th to give us an overview of her lecture. For 40 years, Ms. Walters has been a practitioner of Christian Science healing, joyfully helping people. So be sure to listen at 11:05 on the 27th to AM Ocala Live to be inspired.
Palm Garden announces Fast Track. Fast Track, focused assessment, safe transition. When a new guest is admitted to Palm Garden, we start with the ABCs. A is the assessment to determine what the guest needs. B is for basic care, which is excellent nursing and therapy. And C is for consistency to provide what's needed throughout the stay. Fast Track. Palm Garden will get you home fast, really, really fast. Take a fast tour of Palm Garden located at the corner of Southwest 27th Avenue and 34th Street.
All right, 20 minutes after 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Really busy morning. We'll have an update on the shooting over at the school at Forest High School in just a little bit. The good news is that the shooter is arrested. The victim was shot in the ankle. and taken to the hospital. So there was only one injury and nothing life-threatening. So the scary part is over. The kids are being transported to the First Baptist Church. So if you're going over there to get your student out of school, they're not letting you in. So you're going to have to go over to the church, make sure you have your ID. And we'll give you updates as we get them. We are continuing with our morning as normal, which means we speak to some great guests, like the two we have on the phone right now. Chef Kevin Gillespie is a celebrity chef, a former Top Chef finalist, and the owner of Red Beard Restaurants. And Gary Black is the commissioner of the Georgia Department of Agriculture. And I didn't understand why he was with Chef Gillespie at first, but now I see it. It's grilling ideas with Vidalia onions. We all love Vidalia onions. Chef Gillespie and Gary Black, good morning, guys.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Larry Robin. It's Gary.
Hey, Gary. So let's start with Chef Gillespie. Where are you?
So we are down here in Vidalia, Georgia, so the epicenter of Vidalia onions, and really getting excited about the first day of the official release of Vidalia onions for 2018.
So I didn't know that. I mean, is this? We know Vidalia onions because we're here in the Southeast. We're here in Florida. Are Vidalia onions worldwide famous?
They most certainly are, Larry. And I tell you, we're very excited about this 2018 crop. These onions are produced under a federal marketing order, much like Washington State apples, that maybe some of your listeners would be familiar with. All are part of 20 counties in Georgia. It's the only place on earth where these wonderful onions are grown there. It's our state vegetable, and we believe and certainly can prove this is the sweetest onion on earth, and we're very excited about this year's season.
So, Chef, Gary said a sweet onion.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out if I know a sweet onion from whatever the other description would be. What it would be, sour? What's the other description?
Well, I think that the difference here is that a sweet onion is compared to one that's quite a bit spicier. And so when you think of like your classic white onion or your Spanish onion that a lot of folks are familiar with, those have a lot of bite, a lot of sort of sulfury character. Everybody knows that when they cut one of those onions open that they might start crying because of all of that. And right. A sweet onion is different in that the name is exactly what it implies. It has a natural sweetness to it, almost as if it has been graced with like a little bit of sugar from the sky. And when you eat them, they are much more mild, and they have that natural kind of creamy quality to them that in our minds makes for a much better tasting onion.
Gary, why is it that Vidalia is the only place these onions grow? I mean, that seems weird to me, that you can only grow them right there.
Well, once again, it's the only place you can grow Washington State apples is in Washington too, and that's part of that is marketing. But this was an area that was renowned for producing a very sweet, high sugar onion, even back into the 30s. And over time, the industry began to mature and to develop. But these, if you will, agricultural marketing opportunities or methods are available through the United States Department of Agriculture and the cooperation of Congress. And I remember as a congressman began working on that in the 80s and early 90s, and were able to secure this order that we operate on. The actual trademark and copyright, or the mark of the industry, Vidalia, is actually owned by the Department of Agriculture. So it's our job to make sure that the standards and the integrity of the product is maintained. But we have about 120 growers across the state, and we're as we say, coming to a store near you very quickly will be this great edition of 2018.
Chef Gillespie, can we grill an onion to the point where it doesn't have that flavor? Can we do it too long?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And especially sweeter onions. They just don't require a ton of time to kind of bring out their natural flavor. So if someone's interested in grilling them, you have a couple options. You can slice them and grill them and really get some nice color. It actually benefits you to cook them over very high heat for a very short amount of time. And so, in other words, you want a darker char on them than you would expect, because that's a nice juxtaposition to the
Really?
system.
Do you do it in oil?
Or cook it.
Do you do it in oil or just on a dry pan?
A little bit of oil is fine, but I actually prefer to do it in a dry pan. I think it actually creates a stronger sort of Maillard reaction and gives you a darker color on it. And for me, the key is that you get that really strong, dark exterior, but you leave the interior nice and crunchy, because one of the things about a Vidalia onion is that they have a nice crunch, a juiciness, and so you don't want to ruin that by overcooking.
Yeah, I'm a huge onion fan. I always order onions whenever I buy anything, but Robin taught me to order grilled onions.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, they are so good when they're grilled.
Yeah, and you want to talk about a perfect burger onion. I mean, your Vidalia onion makes like your quintessential burger onion grilled, but also raw. That's one of the things I will say about this onion is that it can be eaten raw and still be really delicious. So it's great on a hot dog. It's great, added to a salad. And especially the very first ones this season are ultra sweet.
And even the people that don't care for onions, they do like Vidalias. In our area, the supermarkets, when they carry the Vidalias during the season, they don't sell any other onion.
Exactly, absolutely. I actually heard someone say yesterday, we were discussing these as an onion ring, which in my mind they're the best onion ring, and they said, I don't normally like an onion ring or onsons, but I love these, and I think it's because they are markedly different. They have a very unique flavor, and in my mind there is no substitution for a Vidalia. They are that unique.
How many people?
Robin, this is Gary. What you just said too is exactly what our goal is. We like it when Georgia grown Vidalia onions are the only ones people choose.
How many people are getting hungry right now? Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
For lunch.
Let me ask you about the raw onion. This would be for Chef Gillespie. Is cutting it thinner better? I always feel like it is. I'm hoping you agree with me, but that's what I feel. I know some people like it thick. Some people like a 1/4-inch thick slice of onion.
And between two pieces of bread, it's good.
Yeah, Robin will eat an onion sandwich, by the way. Nothing.
I said yesterday, I've eaten many an onion sandwich as a child, so I actually do like them. But, it comes down to a matter of personal preference, but it also comes down to the desired end result of the cooking. So if you're grilling it, a thicker onion works better because you preserve some of that interior crunch against the caramelized exterior. On the other hand, if you're dealing with a raw onion, I don't think people want a big, giant piece of onion, so they want something a little bit thinner, maybe a thin slice or a very small dice to it. At the end of the day, the key is that it's about moderation. So you just want to understand the right amount for the right recipe. So there's no hard and fast rule on it one way or the other.
By the way, onions are listed as one of the hidden health secret foods or something like that. We had a list the other day, and it was listing onions with beets, with... oh my God, I can't remember all the things, but onions are really healthy for you. They do a lot of good things for you. I don't know if you guys want to comment on that.
Yeah, they actually are very healthy. And one of the things you asked Commissioner Black about what makes them Vidalia onions and why only there's an aspect to why they're only grown here too, which is that there's a makeup in the soil here. There's mineral content in the soil and in the water. The climate adjusts that, and so what you're talking about with the health benefits of an onion, that is coming from some of those natural nutrients and minerals that are naturally inside it, and we have them, in great quantities here in South Georgia.
Georgia's a beautiful state, by the way. I love Georgia.
It's gorgeous.
So isn't it always the way it is, though? The next door always looks a little bit better than your own place.
Larry, we call it. I know you're the Sunshine State, but we in Georgia believe this is nature's favorite state.
You guys are fun. Thank you for the fun interview.
And are both of you at live on site at a farm right now?
We certainly are with McLean Farms, a great farm family, but I tell you, a great snapshot of what's great about American agriculture. Still farm, products that are produced by a family, and they're looking forward to sharing them with Florida families here in the coming weeks.
Wow. Thank you guys for being on the air. You gave us a fun interview. We have kind of a serious morning happening here, so thank you for the fun stuff. What's the website? VidaliaOnion.org?
Yeah, VidaliaOnion.org, and then they can also check us out on social media under the hashtag #OnlyVidalia. You'll get to see some cool photos of the farms, of the producers, and also of the food that we're doing.
Larry, for us too, it's GeorgiaGrown.com, and you can reach out beyond. Certainly, we're talking about onions today, but
okay.
The good things here in Georgia. Thanks so much.
And Gary, on a real quick note, I used to work for the Southeast AgNet, and they're located right here in Ocala. They do a lot of reports from your area, so.
Yeah, thanks, Larry. Julie McPeak, who you may remember, Julie is actually Director of Communications for our department. She's on our team.
I absolutely do remember her. Gary, thank you so much for being on the air with us today.
Thanks, guys.
And Chef Gillespie, too. I think he hung up, didn't he?
Nope, I'm here. Thank you, guys.
Oh, you are there. Okay. Thank you, Chef, and thank you, Gary. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. On this Friday, mostly sunny. Highs will range from 76 in the northernmost part of the zone to 85 in the south. Becoming mostly cloudy Friday night. There can be a shower or two along the coast. Low 59 over the interior north to 70 along the coast in the south. And for Saturday, periods of clouds and sun and breezy with a chance of a shower, especially along the coast. The high 75 at the coast and near 80 inland. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
All right, 29 minutes before 11 o'clock, I wanted to pop in and give you an update. It's nothing new, but if you haven't already heard, there was a shooting at Forest High School. I do have some information from just about a minute ago. Again, thank you to the Star Banner for updating us on this one. If you have a subscription to the Star Banner, you should be able to read this for yourself. But the nutshell story was there was a shooting at Forest High School this morning. The person who was shot in the ankle, and it's a young man, is in the hospital and non-life-threatening injury. The shooter also was male. The shooter has been arrested. It all happened early this morning, and all of the students, this whole school was under lockdown. The Forest shooting happened around 8:39, according to the Star Banner article. The school was under lockdown. If you still haven't picked up your child, your student, go to First Baptist Church of Ocala. That's where they're busing the kids to. They do not want you to go to the school. And make sure you have your ID so that they know that you are who you say you are when you're picking up your son or your daughter. That's it. The church, by the way, if you don't know the address, is 2801 Southeast Maricamp Road, 2801 Southeast Maricamp Road. Hey, I want to do a shout out to all of our law enforcement officers. You guys just went through a hard thing over in Tavares with 2 officers being shot over there. I'm sorry?
Trenton.
What did I say?
Tavares.
Trenton, thank you. Anyway, you guys are outstanding. We love you. We pray for you and pray for everybody. Thank you. We'll do our best to keep you updated on the information that's coming in. It's coming in slowly. Thank you to the Star Banner for keeping up with this one. We'll be right back. You're listening to The Source, WOCA Ocala.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. On this Friday, mostly sunny. Highs will range from 76 in the northernmost part of the zone to 85 in the south. And becoming mostly cloudy Friday night. There can be a shower or two along the coast. Low 59 over the interior north to 70 along the coast in the south. And for Saturday, periods of clouds and sun and breezy with a chance of a shower, especially along the coast. The high 75 at the coast and near 80 inland. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Got an old car? You can donate it, whether it's running or not, to the